All right, we're back. Monday show being taped on Monday, shown on Wednesday. Not for much longer. We're doing it live going forward. Joe's quitting his job. Danny's doing whatever Danny does. Perfect. So, World Series. Danny said the title for Danny was greatest World Series ever. I don't have anything else that comes to mind, so maybe it is. I did want to have a couple reactionary takes on the NFL. I want to go after some. I don't know if we go after. I mean, Joe's going to come after us a little bit, which is warranted. We'll talk a little Professor Sports Cards, and then I do want to talk about Danny's. I don't know if Danny sent this or Joe. I think this was Joe, right? The Ohtani.
It was back and forth last night.
We both have.
We have a huge guest. We have a huge guest. So
Tyler
before we even get into
Tarver. Oh my goodness!
make sure that you like and subscribe on the pages.
It's not that big of a guest, just to be clear.
Will you get Joe the Kleenex in case he cries?
Oh yeah, you're going to cry again with the guest. Are you sobbing this time? Or are you good?
You know what? I have a.
What's that?
I've got a list of notes that I'm going to be covering with him. So you might get a tear.
Tyler, how'd you become so cool all time? All right, greatest. So Danny, your contention is this is the greatest World Series of all time?
I would need a reason for somebody to tell me it's not. I mean, you're talking about Game 7. How many extra inning games in the series? You have Yamamoto does unbelievable things. You have Ohtani, the biggest name in the world, in it. You're in Toronto. Vladdy Jr. goes crazy. I mean, everything. And
yeah, Vlad was awesome, by the way.
And my sons, who are average sports fans, were glued to Game 7. And I use that as a barometer. You know, is will the average sports fan watch baseball?
I won't agree much with Danny, but I will agree with this 100%. My wife, who could care less, she sat and watched it. It was fantastic from start to finish. The other thing that we got to see also is we got to see Ernie Clement break the hits record. I mean, that number is insane in itself. Just the drama of making the play at the plate in the ninth by Rojas and like Will Smith's foot barely coming up and then coming back down, but
coming back down. Yeah.
Kind of Filippo not taking a secondary lead, the ball going deep, and Enrique Hernandez, was he trying to make like a ridiculous catch for highlights? And then Pajes was like, dude, we're not doing that. And he just comes and makes the catch. Like, and I know that's Game 7, but the steps to even get there, yeah. I mean, we thought that they were dead coming out the gate, and the Dodgers battled back after that Game 1. And again, Yamamoto, he didn't know he was going to be playing, and it was so great to hear that post-game interview where he said he looked down in the dugout, and he's like, Coach Roberts just gives me that stare. It was kind of a menacing
nobody
stare.
Else.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, like, I like to do because going in, I thought the Dodgers were just going to crush them. Like, the Dodgers have the biggest payroll, best roster by $1 billion, and they hadn't even clicked his playoffs. Like, Ohtani's had a couple two good games, but when he has a good game, he goes absolutely nuclear. But in general, the Dodgers have not just been unbelievable. So I thought, hey, this will be the time when they click. Freddie Freeman has become almost Ortiz like the last few years in these runs. So the fact that Toronto jumped out to a lead, I thought was pretty cool. Like, they actually battled back. The Vlad and Bichette story was interesting to me, although I don't think there's any staying power there because Vlad is not that type of superstar level guy yet. Winning might have put him there, but we'll see.
I don't know, Mike.
He's also Canadian, which people don't realize. He has dual citizenship. So
who cares, Danny? Did you see?
No, for him, it's his hometown country.
He's excellent defense. I will say that. I did not know he was a great defensive first. He played great. I don't know if he is great. He played that series great.
He came up at third base.
And he was great. He was very good.
The move over there, Bichette coming off of the injury, not playing, and then having his first career start at second base in Game 1 and going through there. I mean, guys, the storylines were great. You weren't bogged down by any huge drama that was like off the field. It was all on the field stuff. The pitching was great. You had young pitchers at one point.
You almost had a fight.
You did almost have a fight. Did you see the one clip they had where the guy, it showed per minute what Yasevich made per minute going head to head against Ohtani?
Oh, against Ohtani.
I mean, just cool little snippets of that kind of stuff.
See, that's a cool
ends of the spectrum.
That's also cool too, like just to relate to the hobby. Like Ohtani's market, not that Ohtani won the MVP and played amazing, but the fact that Ohtani won is the biggest takeaway. Like at this point now he has 2 rings. He's going to win his MVP. His market won't sustain where it's at, like where it was at a couple weeks ago, but it's still going to be very, very hot because going into the offseason, he's still the greatest baseball player on the planet. But I thought it was even better that you had some guys who, like Yamamoto was still a top 5 selling rookie last year, and now he's like,
other than not playing anymore on TV, what would be a reason that that his price goes down.
It's the off season. That's it. That is the reason. There's no other reason, but that's gonna happen. It happens every year.
Injury off season, or he gets tied in with his betting with his old translator.
He has enough money to cover that up at this point. That's fine. But it's going to be the off season. He will go down come December, January, because it's just a lull in the season. But the fact that he's going to start next year as a 4-time MVP, 2-time champion at 31 years old. But I think it's a bigger thing for like the Trey Yasovich market. Nobody was asking for that guy. We sold 2 cards on eBay Live last night. They 10x the other comp before that. 8 to 10x, I bet, because he was selling for nothing. We were shilling the heck out of those things, baby. Gio's eBay Live shills. Get on with it. But he sold through the roof. It's Yamamoto too.
Yeah. Dude, think about that too. They were advertising still the Yamamoto MLB debut patch hasn't been pulled.
Oh yeah, from 24 upper deck, 24 Topps Chrome update.
Is that the second most expensive?
Going through the roof.
100%. Skeens outsells it. That's it. From last year's class, he outsells Ellie. He outsells all the Jacksons. He is by far. He was probably already close to doing that anyways. But yeah, his market's been wild.
With the exception of not winning the Cy Young, okay?
He's going to come in second, by the way.
Right. 2-time world champion, okay? I mean, when does he start kind of evening out with Skeens or even surpassing Skeens? I mean, if we're talking about winning and championships matter, like I get
they
the
don't
ERA,
in baseball. I'll push back there. When do they really matter in baseball in general? They matter the least in baseball of any of the major sports.
I think the toughness he showed in the World Series counts for something. I don't know how to measure that. But for collectors, it absolutely will count for a ton.
And I would think baseball collectors too. I mean, the fact, guys, we're talking the most softest era of Major League Baseball, and this dude pitches almost 100.
The softest.
The most.
Be the most.
Can't be the most. It is the most.
Thank you.
It is. Yeah, it's a double. It's a double softest. So, dude, with that, I mean, he pitched the night before, threw 100 pitches and came back out
and he went for 9 in game 1 or 2, right?
2.
Did he?
2.
Yeah, so
complete game. He pitched 2 complete games in the playoffs.
It was unbelievable. I'm not denying that.
He's a tiny guy. I mean, he's like 5'10".
That's pretty tall in my book. By the way, Skeens has set the table, though, for this to happen. The fact that the Skeens market has literally ignited all pitchers, now you can have Yamamoto last year pitch well and do what he's doing. Sasaki has not pitched anywhere near that level. He's selling through the roof. Trey Yasovich selling through the roof, which he should. Cam Schleiter, whatever the dude. Yeah, crushed the Sox. His market immediately jumped. It's a good thing for the market in general. I would warn, he's still a third-year pitcher. Like, that is still... Skeens you cannot compare anybody to. Skeens is a total freak.
Who's a third year?
Going into next year, Yamamoto will be a third-year pitcher. Yeah. I just want people to pump the brakes a tiny bit. That's the only reason. Like, you even brought up, when do we start comparing to Skeens? Not yet. On the field, if you want to make a comparison on the field, fine. Although Skeens' body work is bigger. But Skeens came up with a ton of hype. Skeens is dating one of the most popular women on the internet. Whatever. That helps the hobby price. It just does. First rookie to ever start the All-Star game. He's going to win a unanimous Cy Young. He is not Skeens. Not saying he can't be.
No, but Yamamoto brings the entire Asian market if you're talking about prices.
And I want to talk culture too. I want to ask you guys this because do you think...
Oh, great. A white guy in Phoenix can talk to us about culture. Awesome.
Thank you. Here it comes. Do you think if Skeens was in the same scenario, he's coming back out the day after pitching?
Absolutely. I like Skeens. One of the few I think actually does.
Didn't he go to
Skeens does. Garrett Crochet comes out. Crochet, you'd have to haul off the field.
Didn't Skeens start at a military academy? Not that
because that was the only Division I offer he received. Yes,
but I am correct.
Oh, really?
That, right?
But that was his only. Yeah. So Skeens and Scooble only got.
I'm share my screen while you're doing this.
They only got one Division I offer. Scoobles was from the University of Seattle, and Skeens was from Air Force.
The Air Force, thank you.
Hey, here you go. So you guys sent me this graphic. Apparently you guys talked about this. So Stephen Michael, I think, is one of the owners at Filth Bomb Breaks. I'm pretty sure he's an owner. Superfractor Ohtani from 2018 Topps Chrome. $3 million as a 9.510. It sold in 2019 for $6,700. You guys didn't give me any context with this, though. What's the...
No, this
go back to the card ladder real quick. I want to point. I'm sorry, Joe. The card ladder value for whatever you take that for, and I'm not taking that as the be all by any means, but their price is $250,000
as of right now.
This is as of last night.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to know what it is now.
Listen, if you're offering that for $250,000, I don't think it would last 10 seconds out on the market.
Agreed.
Like I think that's
so what's the
where it's
takeaway
right
here?
there.
Like, what are we saying then? What's the
Should
point?
you sell $3 million cards on Facebook, first of all? That was my question.
so that's a one of
Why
one
not?
group, Danny, and that's where I sent the other picture to show. Like,
Yeah, it's also pretty well known if you're buying that card, you're going to get it up in New Jersey, New York, wherever Filth Bomb guys are.
yeah,
I would say it would be the most, at least according to Card Ladder. You can see here, his one of one. This was the Black Dynasty, the one of one logo man, sold for a little over $1 million. But there's been nothing else. Oh, that's not true. November 1st, his Transcendent Super, November 1st, a couple days ago, just sold for $500,000. So his Topps Chrome is worth multiples of the Transcendent, for sure.
there you go.
Is it 6 multiples?
Maybe, I don't know. It's a tough.
But this is one of those things where it seems 3 million seems a ton right now. But if we truly believe that he's the greatest baseball player of all time, if we truly believe it,
Sure,
Well,
and the market is not what it was in 2021 and 2022. Like, you're not buying at the ultimate peak, although he is. I'm not saying he's not the ultimate peak. The timing for the market isn't. I mean, I don't have a huge issue with it. I thought you guys were going to bash him for this. I didn't know. I mean,
no,
he asked 3, but if somebody comes to you, hey, I'll give you a 1.5 cash or 2, like, I don't know.
I mean, but you're talking about a 50% haircut. I mean, that's
Who cares? Like, I mean, but you're throwing out a best offer. Like, when you're talking about millions of dollars, like, you got to start somewhere. What's the problem? I'm serious. What is the issue? Like, you have a problem here.
I think it's weird to throw out a number at that high of a price and not take it to auction or sell it somewhere else.
I mean, yes and no. I guess my one thing would be I would probably have gone to auction with it because then I'm going to say, hey, I want 10% of the hammer price. I got 110%. Right. It gets great exposure. I could see the reasoning, but also if I just advertise it on here and someone wants to come give me cash or wire.
But to your point,
and it's instant. You don't have to wait a couple weeks for the Ohtani market either. That's the other thing.
Listen, we don't know why it's for sale, and those are all good points.
We do know why it's for sale because it's at the peak right now. That is why.
No, I mean we don't know how quickly it needs to be sold. If you take it to auction, to Gio's point, it's going to be a while till you get your money.
Yeah, like if it takes a month, I would be a little bit worried. Like, what's the market doing in a month? I'd rather have it. Hey, right now he just won a World Series. I want to hit it now. Yep. I actually have no problem though. Yeah.
Do me a favor. So our guest is here, and if we could bring him in and get his take on it. I know he's a basketball guy, but I would love to hear what his take would be. First time, long time speaking with Mr. Dr. Tyler Tarver. Thanks for joining us. Why
are you talking like a 12-year-old girl meeting his idol? What is happening here?
Because he is.
When I do
He's a card guy in Arkansas.
Well, I cried when we talked to Nate. I'll probably
Tyler, I'm Danny. Tyler. Good to meet you.
You're pathetic.
Yeah. It'll happen because it's genuine and not just the genes in those jeans, but I am being genuine. So, Tyler, we were just before we get on to how great you are and
Tarver cards.
Your on-field camera action shots of your son running down the field.
Allegedly his son. We don't know who that was.
Yes. We wanted to talk about Ohtani in a 101 Facebook group. They posted a Superfractor rookie BGS 9.5, and they're asking $3 million for it.
Wait, okay. Who was it? Who was the player?
Shohei. You've heard of him. Mr. Ohtani. $3 million Superfractor.
So are we proposing we go in together? We make this like the Shine Shark Tank kind of situation?
Oh, get on a little conglomerate of creeps here? Perfect.
Joe and I take to the right of the decimal point. You guys take to the left of the decimal point.
Accept your decision.
We'll use that YouTube money.
Split it down the middle.
Done.
So I was saying that I thought that this was kind of a deal. I mean, we had showed in 2019 the card sold for $6,100. Card Ladder values the card at just a hair over $250,000. I think that's grossly underpriced.
Correct. You're right about that, Joe. Yeah.
I think we agree.
It happens a lot. So I feel like the show's on repeat. But
dude, you're married. It does not happen a lot. Let's be honest.
That's why I keep my mouth shut. That's what I am. Right. So when we're talking about Ohtani, like he's at the peak of it. We're also talking about like the hard part between collectors having to make business decisions too. You have a card like this, it could potentially go up in price. Like, what are you doing? You have a huge following. You buy a lot of stuff. Like, would you go after something like this, Tyler?
If I had the money, expendable income, yes. Like I am a big fan of the top tier item with room to grow. And that's the thing. The dude's already won it. So we don't have to worry about like the Josh Allen, Charles Barkley, haven't won a championship situation. He's already won it. And even more importantly, he's on a team that wants to keep winning them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they're going to, if he was on the Oakland A's, I'd be like, oh, maybe, you know, like, is it a situation where it's like the Nuggets, they win one time, they have an all-time great, but they can't go back. So I think long term, like cards and collectibles are going to keep going up. He's going to keep going up. Dodgers keep going up. And I think it's a good investment at that. I personally, if I had that money, I'd write a temporary check for that thing right now.
Dang.
There it is. Now, unlike how Mike and Jesse handle interviews with supposed enemies.
But that was a 9-minute question. This sounded like a Mike and Jesse interview. God.
That's how I started it. But
yeah, read a paragraph and then get a sentence answer. Good.
I have followed Tyler all the way through, like really starting not with cards, but like talking to other teachers and that kind of stuff in the classroom, all the way through going to his local LCS. Do you guys know what his local LCS is?
No. Arkansas Cards.
Come on. Walmart.
Oh. Well, he took the podcast. The first time he came on the pod, he was in the parking lot at Walmart, by the way. So we said we'd never have him back.
Yes. That's his local LCS.
Second time I was at the doctor's office about to go into an appointment. Like they were going to draw blood. And Mike's like, hey man, everybody canceled. You're our fourth backup. I'm like, oh, no, make a girl feel special. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. So it sounds like I have no internet because I'm on my phone in a hot box car because you have to turn the AC off. So thanks, man. Thanks, man. I love it, though. I'm happy to be here.
Vet move right there. There you go.
So you started breaking cards like in the car. Like you're a huge Jordan Poole collector. You love him, which that's probably the only thing I hate about you because he went to the University of Michigan, and being more of an Ohio State / Michigan State guy, which we got your Razorbacks this week. So what drew you to Jordan Poole and to start collecting those type of cards?
Gosh, you asked the best questions. I've always said that about you. Thank you so much for that.
I just read you a story. It wasn't a question.
Sorry, Mike.
I just want to do a Joe and Jesse interview where they literally just read a paragraph back and forth and then pause at the end like you're supposed to talk, and then the other one just starts talking.
Class, so I took a linguistics class.
It's like an episode of The West Wing. Hey, so here's what I got. I know. I did it for you, bro. I did that for you.
Hang on a second. Now, I believe we're season. Hang on here. We're season 5. Zoe. Kidnapped, by the way. That's Josh Lyman. Zoe still has not been.
Bradley Whitlock.
Wow.
Yeah, Zoe still is abducted. Hasn't been returned from the kidnappers yet. It's getting dicey. I'll tell you that right now. Season 5, by the way.
She got drugged in the club.
Oldest guy here.
Danny, don't be that excited to say that. By the way, I will say this too. Season 5, first season that Sorkin wasn't on the writing staff. It shows. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. A lot of walk and talks in the hallway. Okay, so here's what I got. Jordan Poole. First off, GOAT. Okay. The only thing I don't love about this camera is it auto blurs and you can't see my game use Jordan Poole jersey. That's the only thing I hate about it. So I love Steph Curry. He got me back into basketball. And so loved watching basketball. And then, you know, when I started jumping into cards, like Curry stuff, Jordan stuff, like the guys that I love were so high. And like I feel like when you get into cards, it's like it's a gradual progression of how much you'll spend on them, you know? Like at the time, $30-$40, if there was a zero behind it, I'm like, I can't do it. This is not, I'm not going to make this back. I'm going to just hoard it forever. And so it's like you kind of like work your way up and then you learn how to sell some stuff and you can kind of like balance it out and you have like a range you're comfortable buying. And Steph and Jordan were kind of out of my range at the time, but JP and another player named Eric Pascal, top 5 rookie of the year voting. Now I think he just
Vanderbilt
podcasts of NBA players. Doesn't play at all. And so collected both of them as young Warriors players because I couldn't afford Steph. And I kind of gravitated towards JP. I like the way he played, kind of his demeanor. And then, I was it kind of becomes your thing. Like when you like really like a player, especially if it's a player that's not like, oh, Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, Tom Brady, like the main guys, like people start like recognizing you for that, and like, so I collect Ron Gant is my 90s baseball guy that I collect. And then JP is like my modern basketball guy because those are my sports at those times in my life. And so it like kind of becomes like a piece of your subtitle, as we say, whenever we do interviews, like everybody has a subtitle interview, like whatever their neat fact is that we remember them by. And like Jordan Poole kind of became mine. And then like, I'm buying his stuff and I really did like him. And then he just started cooking and nobody was watching. And that year they won. And like Steph was out like for 20, 25 games before the playoffs. And if y'all remember, Steph like came off the bench right there in the start of the playoffs. And JP in the first 3 playoff games was averaging over 30 points a game. And he was straight cooking people like freaking Gordon Ramsay. And it was amazing. And his cards spiked. And literally I took like 7 of my middle tier cards, like not even my best stuff. I took 7 mids and sold them, make like $1,500, which for me at the time in selling cards, that was like the most I'd ever sold cards for. I was like, this is incredible. Money's dope. I love making money with cards as opposed to just spending it. And so I ended up selling, like, I think I had the largest Jordan Poole Prism Silver PSA 10 sale in history. It was like almost $800. Sold that thing. And so sold like 6 or 7 cards. See what I did there? And then, yeah, just kind of fell in love with it. And then honestly, like, he was one of my faves, and like, it was like, I liked him. But then whenever we went to a Grizzlies game last year, like, we're at the Wizard, you know, he's with the Wizards at the time, and we're sitting up front, you know, just trying to get autos as they're coming by. And JP comes around. I call him JP for short. No big deal. We've dapped each other up twice. I don't like to brag. Just like to tell the truth. And they're coming by, and he comes around. You know, we're wearing like Jordan Poole jerseys, like only people in there wearing JP jerseys at the time. And he, you know, signs, real nice to Finn, signs for him. And then I had that game used jersey. I was going to try to get signed. I was like, hey, man, would you sign this? And he was like, yeah, man. He goes, where are you guys from? And I was like, Arkansas, you know, because I'm not a redneck. I'm just Southern. Okay, so there's a difference. And this is not a sleeveless flannel shirt, by the way. Okay, so I'm not a redneck. Yeah, and I'm not like holding on to my cousin tightly. So whenever he came up, he's like, where y'all from? I said, Arkansas. And as soon as he heard my terrible accent, I go, Arkansas. He goes, dude, I watch your videos all the time. Like, at that moment, like,
really?
It was true platonic love.
Oh, I didn't know. Hey, by the way, what do you think that Jordan Poole is worth now? Just out of curiosity.
I think it's probably like 50 to 70.
Pretty good. $50 PSA 10. You sold that for $800.
It was like $750. Probably is more accurate. I'm
grief, dude.
Dude, I had the high. I think it's the highest seller. Well, literally peak
27
playoffs.
Before that. Peak. Let me see this here.
I remember that because I'm a Wizards fan, and we got the Wizards years of JP.
Well, his second Wizards year was really good, though, right?
Dude, you had a bunch over 900, by the way. This is stupid. I never realized Jordan Poole went that crazy. These are all over 850.
No, Tarver's right.
What in the world?
Way to break 100,000 pieces, Mike.
You're welcome.
Hey, let's also talk about the Ron Gant thing, because you're collecting a guy who, in the 90s, at his peak, probably had the largest forearms, like, in baseball, right? I mean, Ron Gant playing in the outfield for the Braves. I mean, the circumference, we're probably looking at maybe an 11, a solid 11 around those forearms.
Dude, it was like Mount Rushmore, but if they only chose one. You know what I mean? Like one ring to rule them, one forearm to rule them all. And I'll tell you this, as a guy who collects way too many Ron Gant cards, he has an insane amount of shirtless cards. I'm like, I don't know if he like walked into the photo shoot and they're like, all right, we got something. And Ron's like, hey, I can bare chest this thing if you want. They're like, no, we're good, Ron. He's like, oh, no, it's okay. I've already got it halfway off. And he just takes it off, like rips it off like Hulk Hogan. And I'm like, all right, cool. But yeah, I collect a lot of RG cards, which I love King Griffey Jr., of course, because like I think everybody who grew up in the 90s, like we were obligated to have an unhealthy obsession with King Griffey Jr. and Michael Jordan. And it's like just part of who we are as millennials. But living in Atlanta in the mid 90s, like I was at a gas station, like, and I liked the Braves, you know, and I liked, you know, all the guys like Chipper, everybody liked them. And we're in the gas station, and there was like a raffle for a autographed baseball at some rando gas station in Atlanta. And my dad was like, it was Ron Gant. And my dad goes, hey, there's auto for Ron Gant. You want to put your name in? Any of your favorite player? And it's like, when he said that, I was like, yep, he'll be my favorite player. Like I randomly chose him because of a gas station raffle. And now the cool thing is like, whereas like a King Griffey Jr., Mike, what does a King Griffey Jr. PMG go for? Dude, I have that in a BGS slab, favorited on eBay.
I mean,
as soon as
this
they
could have been yours.
Money, it's going on my
autograph, 2-time All-Star, Silver Slugger, 1991, sold for $9.89. I should have just bought this for you.
Yeah,
well, I think they don't make that poster.
His autos go for because he signs
Griffey stuff is what? Griffey PMGs that we were asking.
Yeah, how's one of those go for? Like 98 Skybox PMG.
This will be great on the audio version.
Let's take a look.
Oh, yeah. Let's say, hey, guys, look at this. Look at this right here. I'm kidding.
You're sharing the screen, idiots. What's the matter with you people? November. Oh, actually, just sold November 1st. So, what, 2 days ago? Numbered out of 50 as a BGS 8, 64,000.
Okay.
October 3rd, a month ago, 52 grand.
So one of the reasons I love collecting guys like Ron Gant and Jordan Poole to offset my Michael Jordan, King Griffey Jr., Steph Curry stuff is because I got this PMG of Ron Gant. It was raw. I got it. We're on a cruise in Alaska right before my dad had his heart attack. He made it though. Fought that thing. Turns out smoking's bad for you. Did y'all know that? It's crazy. I wish he'd.
Here's the thing though. He dies. Life insurance. You could have got that Griffey.
No, instead he lived, and now he's irritated. He had to pay $8,000 for a one-night hospital stay on a cruise ship. Anyways, so
gotta get that trip insurance, travel insurance. I've been saying it for years.
Yeah, they have it, and
I know it's like $32. You never use it, then you need it.
Absolutely.
Did you buy? What number is that, by the way? Out of 50?
This is number 4 out of 50. It's that probably that sale. I bought it. Buy it now. No, that's not it.
$120. What'd you pay?
I paid, I want to say it was around $700, a little over $700 for it.
Holy
it was
smokes.
So he put it up as a buy it now or best offer for I think $1,000, and I tossed, and I was like, as soon as I saw it, because I've got like his rubies, I've got like any of his rare stuff, I go try to get, and I'm like DM him like, hey man, how's it going? If you're gonna sell this, please let me overbid whoever says the highest number. Anyways, go in. And I'm talking to him, and he was like, I've had bids up to blah, 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 whatever. And so I was like, how about this? And I was like, $750-ish. It was my anniversary. I bought my wife a ring, and this was my ring. And I was like, hey, $750 something. And he came back. He was like, yeah. So there was actually somebody that went a little higher than you, but my buddy watches your videos, and he recommended you're like a guy he should sell it to. And I was like, this is why I make content. This is why I put hours a week.
To get discounts on cards.
Is to save $50 on a Ron Gant card.
It's not bad.
To me, it sounded like you may have received some training from Major League Profits, the way that you were going back and forth with the what?
I don't know. I don't get the reference.
He doesn't know who that
smart
is.
enough.
You don't know who Eric Michael is? Double first.
Oh yeah, he's the dude with the ads, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Danny, we signed Danny up live on the show last week.
And I can't get off the
Danny,
email
have you got
list.
any more
It's
emails?
Non-stop every day. I'm not making that up.
Eric,
I am
track him down.
unsubscribing.
Nope,
he's interested.
you don't want to unsubscribe.
I'm stuck forever.
You're locked in. That dude gonna be the best man at your next wedding.
Hey, you know another
for the right price.
Well, another good take that Tyler had was when he went live about Jeff, our buddy Jeff, and his take on the PSA upcharges. So Tyler had a great take on that. It was a great video. Appreciate it. And
just to be clear, your beef of the week is I was too easy on Jason on the podcast last week, right?
Oh,
right. You can go back to rubbing, go back to massaging Tyler's chest. I just want to make sure.
You know what? We could go into the beef of the week because your highlight on Spotify, the video is an enemy in studio, and it was just like, oh,
you know, I have nothing to do with that, right?
Well, I would hope you would have something to do with it.
Oh, please!
Was it thumbnail or was it the description?
No, it was the scroll on Spotify.
It's a good headline.
Yeah.
It's a good headline.
Oh yeah. It should have said
ClickHound, baby.
It should have said Love Fest with the professor.
He hates Tyler. He hates Tyler. He doesn't like me, but he hates Tyler. I don't know why. I've told him multiple times. Tarver's like the nicest guy.
Who hates Tyler?
Professor. He does not like. He hates everybody with a microphone.
Wait, he does hate me?
He hates your content, I think. Yeah, for sure. Hates your content.
He said that?
Oh yeah, multiple times.
Gio's the worst host.
Is this the guy you interviewed on the podcast like a week or two ago?
Yeah, because I thought he was going to come on and fight.
Last Tuesday.
And instead he came on. He was very reasonable. I actually have a thing I want to show.
Questions.
Oh, well, you know why he's professor, right? Because he didn't get his doctorate like I did. So no big deal. I can see why he doesn't like me.
Well, he's a teacher in Las Vegas. I don't even think you need a I don't think you need to even go to college out there. Teach the kids how to throw
It's hard to
chips
teach
at the
on a
screen.
pole.
Okay.
Anybody that stops doing the slots early, they're like, he's smart. Put him in a classroom.
Yeah. Wow. I like this.
It's fine. He's probably upset about my number of degrees.
I barely graduated high school, so I can't say much here.
You know, one degree I will say that he didn't get was his cinematography. Tyler, we got to do a better job. If you're going to be on the field filming your son scoring touchdowns, I mean,
you see how big that kid was? I thought that was Tyler running the ball. I was like, this kid just out here leveling
the
kids.
latest one where he runs over a kid and Tyler's like, yeah, oh, hey buddy, you okay? Like that was
steps on his face and it keeps going. Yeah.
Dude, and I cut it off, but you could see me turning coaches, because every team's got this is third grade tackle football. Every team has you got 3 dogs on your team that you space out. You got about 5 or 6 kids that are kind of they'll run up, and if it's already fallen down, they'll jump on. And there's about 3 you hide at corners. So in the video you saw, that little kid who the comments, what did they say? They called him Tink Tink in the comments, which I don't know if it's a slur or not. I don't think so. I think it just means he's small, and he's running up. But I'll tell you this, because people are like, oh, Finn's so big compared to everybody else. Finn's a bigger kid. Watch the kid that we were like running away from the whole game. Number 99 on that team. He trips over Tink. All right, trips over him. That kid was like a solid 3 or 4 inches bigger than Finn. Like that kid.
I was gonna say Finn. I've met Finn at the show. He's not like an abnormally massive. Like he's a good sized kid, but he's not like this massive
peers.
kid.
But I'm telling you, when you're running downhill,
Joe, football coach, by the way, offensive coordinator. He loves what he saw.
He got that Derrick Henry stiff arm. I love it.
There you go,
dude.
Hey, I do want to.
I'm having him sign his cleats from this year, and that's going to go on my shelf. Like I love that kid so much, and he's really into it, which is fun when your kids are into stuff, you know.
Please,
so here's the other thing, Tyler. This is from a coaching standpoint too that can't be taught. Like if you don't start him early, so 3rd grade is he doesn't stop his feet on contact. That's what's huge because a majority of these kids they're so like I'm going to be.
Joe played Division 1, by the way. Should be taking notes here.
1. No,
Division 4. That's fine.
Yeah, and he did that. I don't because I'm one of those people who's like I posted on the internet, everybody saw it. No, there's a video I posted like yesterday. We had the championship game Saturday, and he was on a 2-point conversion. He runs up and just hits a wall. Like they had a couple good kids that they recruited from the school down the street that's much bigger, and so they came in. He hits a wall, and I'm like, man! And then he like spins, keeps his footing, and then goes the other way. Bro, it was he kept driving his feet, and he didn't lose his bounce, and he got in for the TP 2-point. So
let's go, baby. So
he didn't ask for this.
No, I love it. So for 12U football, that's where I coach. So kicking extra points, that's a 2-point conversion. You get 2 points.
Oh, really?
Kick an extra point, you get 2?
Yes, because it's
no
harder
to
do
kick
it at this level.
Oh,
so
yeah.
If you do that. It's wild. But we have people that are being recruited through parents' LinkedIn accounts. That's what's wild.
I don't doubt it. These parents are insane, dude.
Yeah.
Joe's one of them. Joe got in a fight this week with a guy.
I did not.
Before the show. Punched a kid too. Joe's words.
That's
hey,
why
I do want.
Head coach. I don't tolerate it.
I do want to share this because I think this is funny because we don't have any big breakers. Like Tyler has bought into like some singles auctions, but no one's like even Joe very sparingly with breaks, right?
Okay, yeah, but I support.
I mean, no, but you're a big singles guy. Danny, I don't think has discovered breaking yet. Give him a couple of years.
I bid on singles for you. In fact, I won a card from you.
Smart. Yep, and I said breaking, so perfect. Appreciate you keeping up.
I paid $500 for a John Morant 9.5 from you. I think it's worth about $12.
There you go.
John Morant, coach's favorite. He's an idol and a good person, just in general.
Yeah, I need to post where my kid. We were warming up at the Memphis game, or he was warming up, and I go, "Ja, baby," and he's like right next to us, and then Finn goes, "Throw that grenade." Ja's like, "Finn, I can't post that now, bro. Like, I'm gonna wait till Ja gets traded or requests a trade.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna post it, so I'm just saving it in the drafts.
Why can you not post it? I don't know what that means.
Because if I'm going to them games and eventually, Ja doesn't sign for anybody at the Memphis games, and eventually if I go up to him, I don't want him to remember because it's like middle-aged white dude, little black kid, like that's memorable for people sometimes. And I want him to be like, that's the kid that said the grenade thing, and then shoves my kid, and then I have to just go to get beat up for him,
Okay. By the way, speaking of Ja Morant, PC Sports Card made a post. They bought Ja's NTRPA, a BGS 9. This was like 3 or 4 years ago at the height. 121,000, I think they said, worth like 15 grand today. Pretty cool. I actually like the video.
They got drugged for that video too, Mike, for all those big losses.
I like that they did it, by the way. Good for them.
Me too.
Like, what's the issue?
Jay was saying, "Oh, this is just glorifying the gambling aspect of it."
Jay who?
Jay Bellis, the guy who wears the hood and the glasses, puts the hoodie up.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever. Speaking of Jay's, I did want to read this professor thing because I thought this was interesting and I want to get you guys' point. His whole point was he got an email, or maybe this was even just a post, not an email. Spent $244,000 in breaks in 2024. You're never going to get 20% of your money back, even if you're the luckiest person. And then basically once I stopped, like I didn't hear from anybody, no one reached out to me, stay away from breaking. I am curious what 3 like non-breakers and non-break customers think of the breaking world. Because unlike Professor, I don't like to just surround myself with people who have the exact same opinion. I'd like to actually talk with people with a brain, but that's fine. A little different takes.
And I told you this past week, Mike.
Please.
So James, buddy of mine, buddy of the shop, he was the one who hit.
Buddy of mine too. I know James. Take it easy.
Whatever. He was on the Sapphire, Disney Sapphire card that Jesse pulled, the 101, which were
30K.
Facsimile autos. The fact that someone just in the chat was like, "I'll pay 30 grand for it," so there were 3 different buyers on that card. One guy had Mickey and Minnie, one guy had Donald Duck, and then James had Daisy, and they all agreed.
So they got 75 each, and the other guy got 15 because he had
100%, dude. And that is
stupid.
For a card that is not. It was facsimile on it. It was
They're
just
freaking rats, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
I just don't get that at all.
2 rats and a duck.
Opinion on breaking?
Yeah, just your opinion on breaking. And let me just give a little bit. I don't want to like stomp all over the question, but like number one, my reaction to stuff like this is if you spent $244K, you spent $250,000 a year on breaking, and he goes on to say like he probably doesn't care. Like I know he cares a little bit, but obviously you have what they would say is FU money in the biz.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spend it on whatever you want, and quite frankly, I'm sorry you lost all this, but like at some point, like you didn't stop at any point to say, hey, maybe. And he says too, like I don't have a problem with casinos or books, so you're not just a gambling addict. You got this caught up, you couldn't police yourself.
Well, his name
I do. Like as a breaker, I'm like
Bowman 1951 card adventure. So I mean, he's not going after cheap cards to begin with. So,
but you're not getting that in a break. Like I mean.
No, but I'm saying that's his name. That's what he goes by.
Sure.
So typically these guys want to hear their name called. Breaking, and we know this too, Mike. It's an ego thing too. The more that they can hear their name called, so and so, won another auction, won another. Like it's a lot of that. And so when you don't get that constant pat on the back or the attaboy, and now you're not investing back in it, are people supposed to like follow up with you? I mean. I think the problem is everyone builds this false sense of community, and there's community within genuine friends. But when you are exchanging dollars and that kind of stuff, that the community, it kind of gets blurred a little bit there.
I actually agree with Joe.
Sorry, I don't want to cut you off, Danny. If you do, just blink twice and I'll shut up. So whenever with breaks, here's my thing. I would love to know, like, what's this dude's like, what's his, I don't know his net worth, but like,
sure,
if that's 5% of his income or his total worth or whatever, like he had to sell a couple Bitcoin like to do that, like totally cool. If the dude makes, $30K a year, lives month to month, bro needs to go see somebody. Like that's an issue. It all depends on perspective. Cause like, again, I don't sell a ton of cards. Like I have stuff listed. I have rando, but I buy 98% of what I buy is PC. I know that's money I'm probably not getting back. I'm waiting till I die. Kids are going to sell it at a yard sale for $5. Like that's what's going to happen for most of my cards. But I'm also like, I have a budget, I have limits, and I regulate it. But people could see irresponsible, like like buying into break. Yeah, you're taking a risk. You're going for a big card. And everybody, anybody that has half a brain knows what they're getting into and what they're going for.
And that's kind of my pushback. I would say this too. Like, I guess my other question, and just genuine question to the three of you. What is the responsibility of the breaker when you see somebody coming in and buying extremely heavy like that? In your minds, again, none of you guys are breakers. I am. What do you think? Like when you see that, you're thinking the breaker should do what?
My opinion, if they don't know what this person has in their bank account, you assume they're an adult and they can be a responsible adult. Like I'm not going, hey buddy, you go to bed by 9, get your shut eye, need REM sleep. Like I'm not asking somebody to do that every night. Like they're a grown up, do your thing. But if they are in the chat, if they're in my chat and I'm a breaker and they said, this is my last $10 this week, or it's this, or, I hope I hit because I got to feed my kids. I'm like, hey man, I'm cutting you off. Like it's a bartender thing. Like if they look like they're going to get an Uber, cool. But if they're falling down off the bar, yeah, you cut them off. Like I think you, based on what you take the responsibility, not following up with somebody. Like, I don't know. Like I got best friends in the world I talk to once every 3 months. Like it's just part of life. You grow up, you spend time with your family. Like it's running a business. I don't know. I'm not upset at the breaker for not following up. I would be more upset if the breaker knew this was a problem and they kept selling, kept feeding.
I agree. And by the way, like with us, like here's the other problem too. Jason goes on in the video to be like, on the apps, if it's a big spender, they have a star or there's something next to their name, which is true. Fanatics Live, I see a blue check mark, and I don't know if it's because of frequency of breaks or what, but I know those guys anyways. Some of that's also just common sense. Like, yeah, I give more. Like I live in the real world. If customer A comes in and spends $50K a month with me or $100K a month, which we have a number of guys do that, and customer B is a one-off guy, customer A gets a better discount. And yeah, customer A gets free consignment for one order a month because I don't care. And I'm going to throw him some free PSA. You take care of your, like I am just, but anyway, that's just Danny, Joe, what's your thought though on like cutting somebody off? You can be honest. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I do genuinely want to.
No, go ahead, Danny, because I'll go.
I was going to say, I agree with Tarver. It's the bartender model. You're not responsible until the line's been crossed. And once you hear that line's been crossed, that might be a reach out to them one-on-one. I would never talk to somebody in a room. I would never, do something like that or embarrass somebody, but you can contact people one-on-one. If their cards are getting declined and they're trying other payments and you're going through that on a regular basis and they're saying, hold on, I want to get it. There's signals out there that somebody might be having trouble. And $250,000, that person.
Here's a signal, Danny. So if I walk up to the counter at McDonald's and I order 20 cheeseburgers and 20 fries, should I be upset if the person takes my money and gives me the food? Because they can see that I'm a larger person and I may have some comorbidities with my overall diet and life choices. Like, that's what I'm saying.
But if you can't get the money out of your pockets to pay for it,
no, stop. Like, again, we're all grown-ups and adults here. I get the bartender motto, like, hey, you got to cut them off at some point. But your job is not to police your customers on that kind of stuff.
But if I become aware of it, like to Tyler's point, like I've done that with guys too, where I'll literally text. But guys who spend this kind of money with me, I have it. Like I'm on a first name text basis. Hey, chill out. Even just small stuff like, hey, you bought 5 teams in this PYT. Even if the case is amazing, we're not making you gotta. I do think there's a little bit of obligation there.
But Mike, to that point, if you knew these people, they spend money with you. It's not like what's coming up in these cases. You would love for every one of them to constantly hit. It is 100% a gamble. Like, you don't know for sure. And so for you to hold that burden or even hang on to it, I think that's foolish. 100%. Like, everyone knows getting into the cards, unless you're brand new into breaking, that it is a complete
And if you're brand new, by the way, you should not be spending $250,000, which I'm not saying this guy. I guess my take, though, I didn't think we'd all agree on this. It seems like we kind of do. I guess my take with Jay and other people here, though, is like, I can go to Walmart and max out every credit card I have. Like, yeah, Tyler's in the parking lot hanging out with some kids, and I don't know what he's doing out there. But, like, it's not
in the world.
On a podcast.
Blaster.
The podcast in the Walmart parking lot. You're there. You and the kids.
Yeah, talking to you guys, not kids. What in the world? Like, I'm not like,
your kids.
You want to play with my cards? Like, that's weird.
That seems a little too well rehearsed. No, but I'm like Walmart is not going to be like, hey, are you good with this? Like, you sure you're good? I do get some of that too. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know.
What if you have a friend you go to the casino with, and the casino is going to keep taking their money?
But if you're a friend in real life, that's like if a guy's sitting next to me buying into breaks. Hey, Danny, stop buying into breaks. Chill. If I know him in real life, it's a different animal.
But the casino will stop somebody or pull them aside at a certain point.
Will they?
If they're winning.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You've been to a casino and they said stop losing money here?
Not to me. I don't spend that money.
It's called backing them off. They'll back them off if they're winning. But that's it.
Danny. Just to be clear,
yes, I had a family member who spent a lot of time in casinos, and more than once somebody came over and was like, "You've dropped today if you're not keeping track X amount of dollars, and we just want to make sure you're aware because you're a priority customer of ours."
And they're not.
And they would take that angle.
Wow. Was this like casino night at the office, or like? Because I've never heard of a casino being that
Creeds in their palm and chips.
This was slot machines at 5-6 digits a day.
Oh dang! You got that money.
How do you spend 5 digits a day?
You got that movie theater, movie food money.
Yeah, seriously.
And that was just flushing it down the toilet, and they would say something every so often.
I guess my point though with this too is I understand there are cases like this, and if as a breaker, if I understand, like if I have more information than hey, just a guy coming in and buying, then yeah, maybe I'll say something. But I also, and it's not just to clean my hands of it, I just respect, I'm dealing with adults. Like, if you are smart enough to make this kind of money in your life, you should be smart enough and have at least enough control to say, hey, I need to walk away. I do struggle with this opinion, though, of like, breakers have ruined it. Because my other pushback, and this part is a cop-out, if this guy's not doing it here, he's doing it somewhere else. Like, am I supposed to police everything he does? Again, if I know, I will try to help. But in general, you don't know that type of stuff.
Yeah,
if the guy wants to come in and spend $1 billion, go nuts.
I'll give you an example. Me, because I don't buy a lot of wax. I mostly buy singles of people who rhyme with Schmord and Schmool. And so whenever it was like a few years ago. I remember that Upper Deck came out with the Metal Universe, but not licensed stuff. Remember, and it was like Champions or something. I had a guy on Instagram hit my DMs. He's like, "Hey, I don't know if you saw this coming up. I know you do all the 90s stuff. Like, I think this is really big." Like, I think they were, I mean, I want to say they were like $800 pre-release. It was like 800 was, I think, a deal at the time pre-release. And he was like, he's in there. He's like, I'm going in to buy them. I was like, oh shoot. And again, I'd only been collecting for like a year and a half. And I was like, I mean, 90s inserts are dope. I didn't care about the unlicensed stuff, but I quickly realized a lot of people care about licensing. And so I was like, that's dope. So I think I bought like 3 boxes maybe. It was like the most I've ever spent on wax. But he was in the message saying like, I sold my 401k for this. Like he went all in thinking it would return. And I mean, I think 6 months later, they were like $200 for a box.
Yeah. So there's a good example. Guys like, hey, do you have any case of that I can buy? And he's like, yeah, I'm thinking about cleaning up my 401k. No, I don't. Like, I'm not going to sell it to you. Like, I don't want any part of that. But if a guy's just like, hey, I want to buy a whole case. Hey, it's super expensive. Are you sure? Yeah, put it up. I want to buy it. I guess that's I'm supposed to keep pushing him.
Well, here's my thing. Like my response was like, I never once went back to that guy when it dropped. And I was like, hey man, you told me this would be a good, I never did that. You know why? Because I'm a grown up. Like grow up. I chose to spend money on that. And that's what bothers me. I know you do collabs with Arena Club. Like Arena Club has slab packs. I've done collabs with them. And most of the time, like I don't think I have, and maybe I did slip up. I never once said, you should go buy this. Every time I say, we're going to do this. If you want it, here's a code. Here we go. And I'm just showing them what I'm doing. I don't think I've ever told someone to go out and buy it. If somebody's like, who would you buy? I'm like, this is who I'm buying. Here's why I would buy them. I never say, go do this. Because like in my mind, I don't like telling people what to do. It's one of like my human characteristics. But like my thing, so like somebody went in my comments one time. It's only like one time that has happened on Arena Club. And they were like, I went in and bought 15 and I lost all this. And I literally wanted to reply, grow up. Like you coming at me because I made a video where I opened it up, got a card that was $50 less, and you thought that'd be a good idea to buy 15 of them. Like you have a problem, bro. Like that.
Which, by the way, when we do the Arena Club stuff, SCN is the code for $20, 20%.
Or Tarver, you get even more off. That's not true.
They won't send your code either. No, but like that's why when we do our openings, we actually do them live. Like, hey, here's the card we hit, so we show you. And by the way, I think I'm of the 10 I've opened, I believe 2 I've made money on. So overall, it would be a losing proposition. But again, I don't care. I did it the other night. This is not a joke. I did it when I was watching the Dodgers game in the 38th inning. I ripped like 10 or 12 basketball packs in a row. They were $50. I was close to even at all of them. And then I hit a nice Caitlin Clark. And at the end of the night, I turned it all into a couple of Tatum cards I happened to hit. And I kept them, didn't sell them back. I probably spent $600 and I have about $450 worth of cards. I had fun for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I don't care, and I make enough money where I'm not worried about it. Yeah. I get what he's saying. Like, I understand, hey, if you have guys total degenerates, sure, try to intervene. But in general, people will do what they want to do. It's not everybody's job to police. I just think we get a little
out of it. The other thing too, Mike, is people only hear what they want to hear too. So like the other week when I was presenting in my kids' classroom about how technology has impacted our industry, and I showed
that got spun as you're trying to hawk Arena Club to kids.
Look at this guy. He's trying to indoctrinate these kids to do gambling, and I was like, what? Yeah. We're talking about STEM here, guys. We're talking about STEM and like how this has evolved from opening packs and sitting in your driveway or sitting in a Walmart parking lot to sitting wherever you want and opening a pack. And
hey, let's get to your beef of the week, by the way. You've been really slow playing.
I would also talk about policing because nobody polices your email there. It looks like you had 22 unread emails that I also wanted to bring up too for you, Mike. But my beef of the week, is honestly with you and Jesse with the ultimate love fest for the professor. Next time you decide to bring anyone with any type of title, do like I did. I brought someone with a doctorate on and someone who has knowledge and someone who's not just a bleeding heart of fifth grade teaching and talking about, well, I don't have a lot of money to buy this stuff. Like, I don't have a lot of money.
I like that perspective though. You can say we go easy on it, like we went easy. That's fair. Me and Jay talked about that. I thought he would push back more initially and bring some points of contention. I was ready to respond to those. He didn't bring them, so I didn't have anything off the cuff.
Yeah, but you know what? You went to his backyard, and they were all teaming up on you in there, and at no point did you ever go at him. And Jesse didn't go at him either. Like he doesn't have the knowledge. He's kind of half-hearted in to the hobby. I mean, and you can tell that from his content. He's not all the way in.
I think he's in the hobby. I think here's my pushback. No,
he's a teacher. He's all the way in the summer, but then he wants his time off during the school year where he doesn't have to pay for a substitute teacher to come in, where it doesn't dox his days at the end of the year. That's what he wants. Thank you, Tyler. Go ahead and sip with that pinky up, my friend, because that's the truth. He wants to
I feel bad. I got to defend him now. He does a ton. I will say he puts on a ton of videos and does his own editing. He's working pretty hard. My pushback is this. To him because the lives go for hours every time. The reason I haven't been is because Frank asked me last night in the show. Frank's one of his callers and a good dude. I disagree with Frank. The difference is, Frank, who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
The difference is with Frank is we and him can start out totally disagreeing, and we can leave disagreeing. But along the way, there's like points of like, I agree with your point there. I don't agree with the overall take, but I struggle though. Like Frank was saying, and I've gotten emails and texts. Like it actually is a shout out to the professor's reach. He has a good community for what he's got. Why aren't you coming back? You haven't been on all week. And it was like, it's not that I don't mind. I like fight. I'm super. You see me. I could be in a room full of 85, 150. He gets massive rooms, 200 people. 90% of them hate me and what I do. I have no issue with that. I get tired of just the same thing. If you make money in the hobby, you're a shill. Period.
Correct.
I get it. Move on. Like, what's next? Everything's going to zero.
Meanwhile, he's the one sitting there on his YouTube feed, and what is he doing? He's making money on the hobby, but he's talking about everyone being don't.
It's a couple $100 on YouTube. Like, it's not like he's making real money.
Tyler,
I mean, are his ads turned on? He got AdSense.
I get it. And by the way, I'm all for everybody making this money. But I do, because like Sports Card Radio used to go at me. The reason I like Sports Card Radio and they had such a great string was, sometimes they were crazy with their takes and these wild hypotheses and all this different stuff. But every week it was new. And people were going to them with the actual relevant news. And like they may take a crazy wild stance, but every week it was something different. It wasn't turn it on, everything's going to zero. There's only 5 guys who are going to have any lasting value. Here's every microphone to shill. I don't mind being insulted. My biggest thing is at least be comical when you're insulting me. Like Tyler has a massive forehead right now. Looks like a cancer patient. That's humor. See? Funny. See the difference?
Look at that. You can't buy that kind of.
When do you come back to Nashville, by the way? Just a little more belly rubbing. We got the court back open, refinished floors. I'm actually in my game. Tyler came. I'd been back for 1 month after a 6-year absence. Ugh, I was pitiful.
I'm on Olympic schedule. I play once every 4 years. I rolled out there, and I was like, I'm just going to be a connector. I'm going to get the ball to the open man. And this kid in the corner was open. You know why? Nobody told me he can't shoot. I kept getting him wide open. No assists for Tyler. You know why? Because he bricked everything. And then after the game, they're like, oh, yeah, he can't shoot. He just started playing last week. I'm like, he's wearing good shorts. He looks like a hooper. Mike's good at basketball, by the way.
Well, he said he would pay my daughter's tuition to college if she could beat him one-on-one.
Joe has a 14-year-old daughter he thinks could beat me one-on-one. I don't think Joe, which I know Joe is being, actually I think Joe's being serious. I don't like to be overly braggadocious because I'm super egotistical anyways. That was when I was out of shape. I'm back crushing it now. Like I told him, I think it's 11-1. But maybe 2, maybe 11-2.
I mean, if you're doing make it, take it. Like as soon as she misses, like unless she's just like a crack shot and she shoots, but then Mike's going to get up on her and she can't drive because he's probably got the strength on her. I would assume and he can just back her down into the lane. That's tough. That's tough for her. Even if she's like phenomenal, she's got to get the shot off immediately.
Joe, who has the height?
Cut you. Yeah. She's 5'11" and she'll cut you. Like she's mean. Boy. She's my meanest.
We'll play it tonight. We'll fly her out sometime. We'll send the SCN jet. I'm excited. Tyler, anything else on your mind you want to talk about? Or are we good?
Man, I mean, you're always on my mind, but let me see. I'm thinking, here's my thing too. And I'm just going to say this because we've talked a lot about people and the hobby and all that. And here's the deal. Like, because I've been making YouTube videos since like 2007, like, education, stuff like that. And again, it's always this line of like, you want to have, like you mentioned earlier about it, like a title, like it was kind of like a controversial title. Like we know on the internet, like what gets clicks, right? The Mr. Beastification of it. You've got to have a thumbnail where you're like, you get 40% more if your mouth is open in surprise than if you're standing there. Like, I feel that because I don't want to look like that kind of person, but then also it does work. And so then you're always teetering this line of like, do I say the thing that I know? Do I create the tension in the thumbnail or the title to get the clicks? And I know that's a tension, but you guys mentioned it a second ago. One of the things that I'm just not a huge fan of is when all of your topics are like just negative comments. You know what I mean? Like, and again, like, and that's just my opinion, my personal, I know there's a lot of people that enjoy it and they like it and they feed off of it, but like, I get like, you do need to talk about, hey, here's a negative, or hey, watch out for this, or this is bad. But if you're like week to week content is just like,
people get
on
bored
everything.
I think people get tired unless you're funny. Like Sports Card Radio could be negative every week. Brian and Colin were funny doing it. They were like roasting people. It was different. There was a comedic element to it.
But still, that's worse than shilling for like, oh, I'm doing a collab with a company. That's worse than for me, because then you're putting out like, aggravation, hatred every single week as your brand, and you're doing it for views and numbers. Like, you're getting more for that. And so it's like you're shilling for the numbers in your live versus, I'm doing a collab with a company and I'm bringing attention to it, and then I'm making a video about it. Like, I don't know. That's my thing. And again, I'm sure I've said negative. I know I've said negative stuff about things because I didn't like it and I wanted to say it, the Holy Spirit worked through me and I had to say it. So there you go.
I also too have gotten to the point where, and me and Tyler have talked online a number of times over the years. My other thing is I've just gotten to the point in my life where would I rather just be making a bunch of money and do a brand, which by the way, we take brand deals all the time. If there's an issue with it, like there have been in the past with some of our past sponsors, we'll just cut the deal off and go after them. But I would rather make all this money and provide for my family so my wife doesn't have to work and raise my kid and deal with people online being like, well, he's a shill, he's a sellout. I'm okay with that. Like, if that's a trade-off, I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm good with it. I'm okay.
Yeah. And that's
I also think, I always argue this point with anybody else, not just Jason. Like, show me the time we've covered for wrongdoing in the hobby. Like, when people are scumbags, no matter how much money they're paying us, we go after them. And the reason we don't go after as crazy off the wall with stupid stuff, people say, why don't you go after fanatics more? The difference is because we'll get Ruben and Mahan on 2 or 3 times a year. I would rather be like reasonable with them so they will come on and I can actually ask them questions as opposed to just crap on them all the time. Then you're just going to get the cold shoulder. That doesn't get you anywhere either. So.
Well, now, I would give you some credit. I think you do call out whenever they're like off or you don't agree with something. You'll say it. And just because you don't like hit them at a 10 and you hit them at a 6 or a 7.
Totally fair. I'd probably dial it down, 6, 7.
Yeah.
And if you're 100% positive or 100% negative all the time, nobody's going to believe you either way.
I agree with that too. Yep. I'm with you.
And I've done collabs with companies too. And like mine, like I won't like come out and say like, hey, this company, this, and this. I just am like, hey, I'm good. And then I just kind of like, it's like an ex-girlfriend. You're like, I just didn't work out. You know what I mean? Like you had your issues, I had my issues, I'm good. And I moved on. But like I get that it makes for good storytelling and it's compelling because, people love that. But I don't know. And here's the I'm going to say, I'm sorry. Y'all tell me shut up. I need to. Like this whole thing of like, oh, you're a sellout because you're making money on something that you love and you're passionate about. That is the most insane thing in the world to me. So you're only allowed to make money on stuff if you hate it. So what does that say about your day job? Like if you go out, like I'm an educator. If I went and taught kids, like, oh, it's only okay because I hate it. You know what I mean? But also, as much as I enjoy helping kids learn, like I'm not going to go spend my time there for free because I have a family I have to make money for. I want to spend time with my kids. Like it's just absolutely insane to me when people razz on people for making money.
Making money in the hobby has become demonized. And we have some bad acting. There's a reason. Like I think Jeff, some of the crap he will not speak out against because he's making money, like the whatnots of the world. I have an issue with that. If it's allowing you to promote something you know is not good, he did that whole thing with Joe Hollywood. I think it's bad for the hobby. I don't care that you're making money. That there are lines as well, but in general, making money has become a demonized event in the hobby, and I just think I laugh.
It's making money that's anywhere that's not on cards. For some reason,
even on cards. No, you sold it. No, if you sold it higher than you bought it, it's because you sold it to a sucker, and the ground's going to fall out anyways.
Yep.
Well, that's if you're an influencer. They think you.
No, it doesn't matter, Danny. If not, you're still just you're preying on the sheep, Danny.
Dude, I think shops, Danny, all the time. Oh, you want to buy it at 50%? Well, yeah, because then the guy who walks in and wants to buy it at 80%, I at least have some room to come down from that sticker price, like I'm doing with you. I mean. That's what happens every day. And Tyler, to your point about collabs, kind of like your collab with eBay before the National, I brought it up. The
one that I literally, my kid put the box in the living room and I didn't open it till after. Oh my gosh, that was a fun last collab with eBay. That was awesome. That was great.
Is it really?
Well, now, so I'm assuming eBay's kind of like Google with collabs, like different departments that don't talk to each other. So I actually did one collab with their international shipping. And so I think it was a different department, but that department has definitely not reached out since I did that. So my bad. They were like, take this and unlock a box at the National. I was like, oh, I got a better idea. My kid's going to hide the box. I won't know it's there. And then I'm going to skip the National because of work. So,
and then I'm going to keep the cards. And by the way, thanks.
Yeah.
Good for you. See, true influencer. There you go. Tarver cards. I think we're done.
We did it.
Thank you, Tarver.
Fantastic. All right. Appreciate it, Tyler.
Thank you guys so much. Best podcast ever. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying right now.
Cut the nonsense. They're saying that about
about this episode specifically.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Thank you.
Hoping for big all over the place. So.
Perfect.
For real. Thank y'all for having me.
All right, I think that's your show, right? Nothing else to talk. I mean, I feel bad we didn't get into any of the NFL stuff because there was actually a ton of big games and like big headlines from this past weekend. So,
But Mike, at the end of the day, I mean, it's just another "I told you so" for Bo Nix and Drake May, who again continue to win.
Drake was unbelievable first half. Pedestrian. They tried to give that game away, but they pulled out the victory. So,
And can we just talk about how good JSN is as a receiver? Speaking of,
he's great.
Crazy good season. Yep, Caleb Williams killing it. Yeah, it was actually a pretty good week. Wild upsets too. Like the Vikings beating your boys was like I would not have bet money. I thought the Lions were going to blow them out. The Panthers won in Green Bay.
Yep.
Like I know people were upset about the last call of the game or something like that. You put up 13 points against the Panthers at home. That's not a last call play of the game. And there was one other big upset. Oh, the Colts. I mean, not a huge upset, but you got beat by the Steelers.
I think everybody thought the Colts were overrated on their record anyway.
I did, but like at some point, it's like, yeah, but they have a great running game and a fairly decent defense. And I'll tell you, the other team's kind of sneakily playing really well. Sammy Darnold, Seahawks, dude, they're 6-2. He played he was 21 of 24, 330 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's pretty unbelievable.
He spread that ball around too, because to Danny's point, JSN was open on every play, but he got all of the tight ends involved, and it's really looking like the 49ers, who I really thought there was no chance with that beat-up defense.
Jones playing great.
He's playing great. You have Seattle there, and then you have the Rams, who are just destroying people.
Dude, Stafford looks... Yeah, so like right now, there's a three-way tie at the top in the NFC. Eagles, Bucks, Seahawks are all 6-2. Rams are 6-2.
And then the Cardinals are in the basement. And to let both of you know, now would be a great time if you do have a Cardinals fan in your life, and the holidays are right around the corner. They just showed online all Kyler Murray jerseys. It looks like they're at like $50 or lower at most sporting goods stores. So
let me ask you this then: who do you fear? Like again, here's your 1 through 8 seeds in the NFC: Eagles, Bucks, Seahawks, Packers, Rams, Niners, Lions, Bears. Those are all 5-3 or better. After that, you get the Panthers at 5-4.
I think
There's
Eagles,
only 2.
Rams are both Seahawks.
Actually, those are my 2. Like the Eagles, I've seen win the championship and they have a great roster. The Rams, I've seen Stafford be unbelievable and they have 2 of the best weapons in the league and good head coaching.
I'm going to tell you, guys, the 7 out of 8 of those teams, the Bears are the only ones I do not fear, but any one of the 7, I think on any given Sunday are going to come and destroy you. Like,
I'm not
like
talking
Al
any given
Pacino.
Sunday. Here's the thing. I'm not talking any given Sunday, though. I'm talking a Super Bowl where you got to win multiple. I don't trust the quarterbacks on any of those other teams yet.
The Rams are the most consistent out of that entire group. I will say the Rams.
Did your Lions already beat them?
No, they have not played them.
The Eagles already beat them, though.
I thought they beat the Eagles.
But
no,
Joe, to your point,
I think the Eagles won.
I think we're going to start seeing separation.
They did. They blocked that field goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the AFC. Here's another dude. Talk about a weird AFC because of tiebreakers. It's Colts, Pats, Broncos, and all 7-2. That's a weird, like even that, you could tell me one of those teams could go on a run. You could tell me every one of those teams lost first round. I love Drake May at this point. I'm all in. Bo Nix, I was totally wrong about. He's killing it. But you also would not be shocked if either of those guys lost first round. Like they're young quarterbacks. First playoff game, well, Nix played one. I could see him losing. I could see him winning. I just mean the AFC is just a weird one. Like the Steelers are 5-3, and Rodgers has looked really good a number of those. The Bills are 6-2. Allen looked unbelievable again yesterday. Mm-hmm. Then you have the Chargers 6-3. I don't trust Herbert. The Jags, I don't trust anybody. And the Chiefs are 5-4 outside looking in. But the Chiefs
I know
still
you're going to call me a
crap.
homer. I think the Ravens are as dangerous as half those teams. Yeah,
I'll be honest with the AFC. The only team that really scares me in the playoffs is the Chiefs still. And I'm a Pats fan. I want to say the Pats are going to do it. One of the Bills win big playoff games.
Up, but think about this too, guys. Like when you get into the depth of football and you think about the Patriots traded their depth in their defensive backfield to other teams in the AFC for 5th and 6th round draft picks. Like Kyle Duggar was a 1st round pick, I think 6 years ago. Like they traded him to the Steelers and he started this week. Like the Patriots have something cooking there where they are developing players that can come up and make an impact right away. And
6 in a row each of those, by the way. It's pretty nuts.
It's that like I know they have Stephon Diggs, and he was a big name a few years back, and he's consistent. He's not a all-time superstar, but when
he's not great.
Right.
He's a turd.
When you can make players like that are mid-tier to upper level, like,
Sure.
the only reason he's mid-tier is the age, right? The age
Correct.
for him coming through. But if he's taken on that role of really being a mentor to other receivers and teaching them to be at that
And
level
he is.
that he
I
wants
told
to
you
run,
at that Titans game, we were sitting right behind the bench. Dude, Diggs is in the ears of everybody after every play. But to my point, like, I actually am excited this year because I don't think there's like I think the Chiefs are still the team I do not want to play. You say, give me one team you could avoid in the playoffs, Chiefs. I don't want to play the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Look at the
I see
plus
Mahomes
minus
every single year.
Look at the
they
plus
will fall
minus. I think
short
they're
because
second in the
they do-
AFC.
They do not have a consistent running game. That's where the Chiefs will fall short. Like,
That's fair.
that is the only thing.
By the way, that
everyone
was a
said-
great. Hang on. That was a great poll by Danny. The Chiefs have the second best point differential in the AFC. The Colts are plus 109. The Chiefs are plus 76. Then you got the Bills and the Pats plus 68. That's a good Danny. Well, look at you. Welcome to the show.
So
you know who's
they
the highest,
have
best,
but they have
best
that
in the NFC?
differential, Mike. They have that differential, and what did they have? 4 losses.
Yep, 5-4.
So they have that. That's a positive differential, right?
Correct. Yeah, they either get blown out. Excuse me, they either blow the team out or they get beat by 1 score. Like the
4
Jags beat them at
losses
the
and
end.
the second best point
Bills
differential.
beat 'em
That's
at the
crazy
end.
stat.
Yeah, that's it though. They lose close games or they win everything, and in the postseason they don't lose close. So like they lost to the Chargers by 6, lost to the Eagles by 3, won by 13, won by 17, lost by 3, won by 13, won by 31, won by 21, lost by 7. They blow up. But again, when it counts in the postseason, until I see somebody else do it,
That's
Josh
right.
Allen, unbelievable.
No, but
Bo Nix,
the
fine.
top 4 you just ran off of the top 4 point differential, I would
Mm-hmm.
say are probably the top 4 teams in the AFC.
Yeah, which is interesting because right now the Chiefs wouldn't even be in the playoffs. But I
Yeah.
agree. Like if you're the AFC, that's the one team you want to see out. So, all right, that's it. Little football talk. Boom. Obviously, this will post up on Wednesday night. I got to figure out what we're doing next week. We're driving home from vacation. We're going to the mountains. I'm not driving home till Monday, so you guys may be solo without me, unless you want to push it back. Or we can do a live show next week.
It's a lot of
Do
vacation.
a live show next week. You think about it. You two, your little tickle fest you have after I'm gone.
Vacation time.
Text, phone call. Let me know if you guys want to do it solo or if you want to do an actual live show on YouTube. We'll just do it live on StreamYard and just.
Why don't we just ask the people what they would like? You can put
Yes,
it in
put
the
it in the
I don't
comments at the
trust
end
the
of the show
perverts.
here.
I don't trust the perverts in the comment.
I trust
And we
them
do
all.
live call-ins just like Jason does. I like that the Peressa does that.
Bill,
And Joe-
Bill still wants me to get a raise, and Bill, your vote counts double.
Grimace.
Not for me. Not for the people who make the decisions.
Grimace.
All right, there you go. Cut the nonsense. Like, subscribe to the video. Make a comment below too. Actually, that's your comment below. How do you want to see the thing next week? What do you want us to do? Geo-free show or a live show Tuesday or Wednesday with the 3 of us with some live call-ins. Goodbye.
Bye.